Is it recording? Okay. So Miklos said not yet. We are asking if anybody has any questions. This is our Saturday Night Live Zoom call. It's been a very strange month energetically. We were in Mercury in retrograde. If anybody knows what that is. And the energy's been very, very strange, very slow. People cannot decide. And we finished the actual date, but we have, I think it's about 2 weeks left of the weaning of Mercury in retrograde. All kinds of things happen with computers, mechanical things, and not a good time to sign contracts. We actually changed server for our website right in the middle of it, and everything went perfectly smooth because that was our intent, to make it go perfectly smooth. But there was a supermarket near me, and all the computers had shut down the whole day. They were accepting only cash. It was chaos in the store when people are not used to doing things with cash anymore. So many other things were happening with my computers and stuff. Opened the bank account, and it's still not settled. I still got problems. It's funny to watch. You just got to sit back and enjoy, embrace the ride. These things usually will always be focused in the times of Mercury retrograde, but even the board's been really strange, slow. Questions have been strange. It's just been a very strange experience this time around. So a couple more weeks to embrace and ready for the takeoff. But I was asking if anybody has any questions. Miklos Hoffman says, not yet. I want to start my round 4 next week on a master fast, full master fast, I'm assuming. He did 2 weeks and then twice in the 30 days once. Very good. And if you posted anything on the board, I don't know if I remember your name. There's 18,000 people now. And all the regulars I get to know because they're always posting. But to remember everybody, not that it's not possible, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So, Matthew, how's it going?
We can't hear you. Can you unmute him?
Can't hear you, man.
Can you unmute him?
You want to be? You gotta unmute you.
Turn this off. Hell, turn this off. All right.
No, can't hear you. Something's wrong with your settings.
You hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm unmuted, but we can't hear you. You probably have a setting that's not correct on your computer.
Well, I had like Firefox going, and I had.
Can't hear you, Matthew.
All right. Log out of here.
Check your settings. Your microphone settings.
Definition.
Connie Lechner, how you doing, Connie? Everything all right?
What now?
David Slicker.
What now? Can you hear me?
Bob.
Nope.
Today's guest backed out. You know. I can only, huh?
We didn't have one.
Not today? Oh, I thought it was,
There was never one.
there's nobody today.
Stop video. Yay. Leave meeting.
Yeah, I wasn't really preparing myself for anything, but it'd be nice to answer some questions for people instead of typing all the time. I was discussing earlier, I posted my eyes. Somebody was asking to see my eyes. They're, people are stuck in the wait till somebody else does it before I can do it. Even though we have hundreds of testimonials over the last couple of years, it's not good enough for people. Very interesting. If you go read that post, what somebody's been writing.
Does it work now?
Doing all this cleansing for all these years, and he's got very little results. That's what he's basically been writing. It's on the.
You always get somebody to always criticize you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Does it work now?
Nobody knows my story in detail. We've talked about it a lot. Nobody has a clue really what I actually went through to find out what really works. And on some people, to get eye changes, it takes years. Years. I was so full of sulfur, like I was mentioning, my eyes were pretty much black when I was.
You can be born with it.
I was born. My eyes were pretty much black before I started any of the cleansing in 1990. They were very dark. I remember them. But I don't have any pictures before 2014. I never actually looked into any iridology before that time. But I've had people actually notice my eyes were clear. People I've known for years, you know, after going raw and all the fasting and so on and so forth. You know, they would make comments, wow, your eyes look a lot lighter than they used to, and so on and so forth. But I never had any pictures from way back. The first pictures were in 2014, the ones I posted. That's when I just came off of the high-fat raw vegan. You can see clearly I had cataracts that were forming. And now they're almost completely gone. So that's since summer of 2014. It's almost 3 years. That's when I started to get back on fruit. In the, when was it? Just about the time I got the camera. I think I just started the fruit. I don't remember exactly, but you can see the issues there. And all the damage I did with the cacao, my adrenals, they completely shut down. They were so bad. I even had a little mild heart attack, I believe. Never got it checked or anything, but I know what a heart attack symptoms are. So you can see the sulfur, how much I had. And if you look at my dad's eyes and my mother's eyes, my dad's really weak constitution. My mother had stronger constitution, but they both had sulfur. And as I was growing up as a child, I was sick a lot. A lot of drugs, a lot of antibiotics and everything. Bronchitis twice, 15 and 17. A lot of antibiotics there. You know, getting into smoking pot and all that stuff, and a lot of drinking and hashish, a lot of hashish since 16 till about, when was it? Approximately 1990. When 1990 came around when I made the decision, I pretty much cut everything off. Cocaine for a couple of years in the late 80s. Tried some opium here and there, but that's really the worst things I've done. Pharmaceuticals are probably worse than the other things, especially the antibiotic stuff. And then after that, I completely shut myself off from the medical stuff. It's Didn't take anything else. And I started on my journey, which my first fast led me into be bedridden for 2 years. First 40-day Concord grape juice fast. No experience, no nothing. It was the store-bought cooked, and that's all I did. Black plaque coming out from the first week all the way till day 40. And, break the fast and all that. Didn't break 100% correctly and whatever. I think it was about a month or so later, it hit me and ended up in bed for 2 years. Trying to get answers, going to all kinds of different herbalists and acupuncturists and chiropractors. They wouldn't even look at me because I could barely walk. So, just went down that road and trying to figure things out. Working with steel, welding, automobiles, body shop, chemicals. Takes a real toll on your body. Now, if you look at my first picture, how much sulfur was in there. Like I said, I don't have pictures from before, but I can assure you I had a lot more. When I went raw in the January 2000, it took me probably about 4 to 5 years to get a completely pink tongue, and I mean completely pink, no residue whatsoever. And when I hit that stage, I couldn't eat garlic or onions anymore, which shut down my digestion. They would just irritate me. So when you've gotten to that stage, you know that the body is in a pretty clean state. My tongue's not pink now because after I went through that high-fat raw vegan, it completely plugged me up from head to toe. Lost my teeth, my hair, joints, so on and so forth. Bowel stopped functioning. Gums destroyed, bleeding. I had so many issues I don't even want to list them. Bones popping out, ribs, hip joints. Had to keep going to chiropractor. It was crazy. It was crazy. I went into a numb state for those, almost a couple of years. It was almost a 3-year journey. At the beginning, you feel great on these high fats. It's very stimulating, and I built a lot of strength. I was working out, but it catches up to you. Seems like it's all at once, but took a real toll. Emotionally, physically, almost killed me. One of my friends was on doing the diet. He died, same age as me. A few other of my friends were doing it. They weren't going as crazy as I was, and they felt all the ill effects just like us. I did the raw cacao just before I got into the high fat, and that completely destroyed my adrenal glands. So, these are the things we do when we are listening to other people telling us what is healthy and so on and so forth. So, when I got re-sparked to go back to fruit and herbs, which is what I knew worked, and why I fell off the wagon, it was partly my journey to discover this so I could help more people. And to start with was the raw cacao, what led me to search outside what I already knew. That was the beginning of the end. And then I introduced the high fat stuff. I was pretty much all raw, even when I went into high fat. Tons of greens, tons of sprouts. I all grew myself with ocean water. But don't matter. You're going to plug yourself up when you do these fats. I can assure you. Some people may take a few more years or a lot more years than myself, but we'll plug you up. I have basically a couple, not too many lacunas. I have one in the liver area, and that probably got really affected from all that high fat because my digestion completely stopped. I could barely digest one meal a day. Coming near the last 6 months is 6 months to a year. Barely can digest a meal. It would take me a whole day to try and digest that food. And my bowels were so sluggish and so on. But these are the things we do to learn. The load of sulfur that I already unloaded, like every time I go on dry, I got orange coming out of my ears. a lot of orange. It's continuously coming out. And if you look at the shade, it's quite a bit lighter. Same camera I used. It's a camera with a cup. I posted it. So the consistency of the photos is very consistent. Same lightings, if you can choose 2 or 4 light, doesn't really make a difference. I tried. It doesn't really change the color of the eye using 2 or 4 light option. It just gives you the different perspective of where the lights are, that's all. But kind of lost my voice today.
Hey, Gino, can you hear me? Gino.
Some of us are going to have to work harder than others, and that's okay. It's okay, no big deal. The younger you are, you're going to see more than likely quicker results, especially if you have strong genes. We've seen some people's genetics change in as little as 40, 60 days, in 108 days. We've seen that. Lacuna's closing up and stuff, and a lot of sulfur being removed. Everybody's at different levels, and it's all okay. Physically, and then emotionally is a whole nother ballgame. I'm not doing what I used to do. I'm not into the 100% raw like I used to be.
Hey, Gino.
That is where we want to go.
It doesn't work.
The better route, but everybody's got to find their balance. I've already done that, and my focus is not on physicality as it used to be. My focus is on soul. If you want to focus on the physical, that's okay. We work with the physical, but the key is to get a balance with our soul, because this is going to end, folks. Are we going to be in balance with our soul when the physical body ceases to exist? That is the question that you should be asking yourself. Not about, how come he has hardly any changes in the hardcore detoxing? Well, this is where I'm at. And this last year has been a big challenge for me with people that moved back in my home. When I was alone, it was simple for me. And I know how people feel that are going through struggles with other people. I had no issues on my own. I was 100% raw. You couldn't convince me, no matter what, to eat anything cooked. Nothing. In those years, I never ate anything intentionally cooked. There was times where there was some dishes in raw food potlucks where people had put some cooked food in a raw food potluck, and we would be tasting things, and then all of a sudden the thing would come up. Oh yeah, the canola was cooked. Oh, really? Thanks for letting us know. And I was kind of upset in those days. I was an anal raw foodist. So that's pretty much it. I never would eat cooked food intentionally, never. So it happened a few occasions, knowingly or unknowingly, pretty much. Sorry, knowingly I would never have done it at all. I wouldn't touch any cooked food, nothing. I was so anal, I wouldn't even touch any raw foods that were prepared with cooked foods. That's how serious I was. I look back, it's totally ridiculous, folks. Totally ridiculous. From what we know now, totally ridiculous. Embracing joy. If you're going to have anything cooked, use the better options. You know what to do now, and enjoy them fully. Enjoy them fully. Make your majority of your diet raw. And the majority of the raw foods should be fruit. So I have to have fruit. If I don't eat fruit, my bowels ain't working properly. I'm going to just greens in a day. Slows me right down. Slows me right down. And I'm sure a lot of you experience that as well. Maybe not as much as me.
So it's none of my fucking use.
Everybody's at different levels. As we go on in years and so on and so forth, the body changes, mind changes, emotions change. So we need to find our balance of where that's going to be. But big challenge, emotion, especially dealing with family members. It's very, very challenging.
Yeah. So Miklos has posted is I posted twice in December and January. I'm the one who made my father do the last.
Hello?
He did 2 weeks without tincture.
No, I'm saying it's doing the same thing on here.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
got
remember.
my audio unmuted and my video unmuted.
Got into hospital, then with
I
tincture.
have to tell him.
Then he had a break for a month.
Amazing.
To my brother's
Chat.
when he wanted to eat. Now he jumped back in again. His graying hair is becoming darker.
In his 60s. Awesome.
His gums no longer bleed.
Awesome.
When he blushes, edema reduced in his swollen legs. Prostate problems became much better. He doesn't have to wake up at night to pee.
Excellent. Excellent. Please post it on the page. Meat Clothes, was it?
Yeah.
Meat Clothes, yeah. Please post that, little testimony for your dad, share with people. Share what's possible. Because if people are looking at me, for me to do something before they do it, they're just not ready, and they ain't gonna do it. No use being on our page. Go somewhere else, and go create your own page so you can do a better job than us. Because you're criticizing what you don't understand and what you don't know.
Okay, Kelly's asking how much fat per day equals high fat.
Any fat is high fat, other than what's balanced in a natural fruit and vegetable. When you start getting into the avocados, that's a high fat fruit. A durian is a little bit above a normal fruit. It's 30%, where an avocado is about 70%. But then there's different varieties of avocados. I don't know all the different varieties, but the average ones we mostly find around are the 70% ones. There is a lower fat one that I usually see. It's a bigger one. It's more creamy. I don't know what that one would be. But a durian would be considered, if on a scale of 1 to 10, an avocado would be pretty much close to 10. And a durian would probably be, a 3, 4 in that area. Everything has fat, pretty much. Some kind of fat. There's some fruits that have almost no fat. So, number one, if avocados, if you're going to be eating those, they should be very rarely eaten in climates where they don't grow. This is something important that a lot of people don't look at. Local, in season, ripe and fresh is key.
Ah, she's
Some of us
so
can't do
fucking
that.
ignorant. I swear to God. Ignorant ass. Where's the jelly? There's the jelly. The only damn time I wanted to check out the damn food and shit don't work worth the fuck.
To the varieties,
Okay.
quite a few things that grow here. So the high fat is when you're introducing fat every day into your life. So I was doing like an avocado or 2 a day, and olive oil or avocado oil or coconut oil, and I was using nuts and seeds in my salads or blended smoothie with greens. And my greens would be mostly all the sprouts I grew, grown out with ocean water. Very, very powerful foods when you grow your own with ocean water. I discussed that before. The taste, the colors, the aromas, it passes anything you buy from anybody, unless they're growing ocean water as well. Like a farmer or something. It's just amazing when you eat food grown with ocean water. There's nothing like it. It's just incredible, the flavors. So that was pretty much my staple. Non-sweet fruits would be in my diet. Cucumbers, peppers, what else? Beets, tomatoes. What else is in non-sweet that I would eat? But that was the majority of my diet. Sweet fruits were very rare, very rare. And I went to high-fat raw vegan because sweet fruit was abomination according to the people sharing the science.
Okay.
If you're living in a country where the avocados grow, you can probably have one 2-3 times a month if your body's okay with it. But if you're not living in that country where they grow, for me, an avocado would probably be every 2 or 3 months, one avocado.
So Matthew is asking, can you check if anybody else can talk? Right? Matthew, can you talk now?
Twice. Let me see, Matthew. You're unmuted, Matthew, but we can't hear you.
Well, I do know my phone too.
Somebody else to talk?
Can anybody just say hello or
I'm on
something?
my phone too, and I can't do anything.
Maybe it's us. Video settings. I did. Can anybody say something? Audio options. You guys can hear me, but the speakers. Input volume. Is anybody speaking?
Everybody can hear Matthew, but
Can you speak?
So like, I can.
So you can hear me? Everybody can hear me but you.
I can't hear.
Sorry.
Oh.
That was the reason, guys. Sorry. She turned the speaker off. I forgot about it.
Oh, all right, cool.
I'm sorry.
I had everything installed on my laptop and a new laptop, hard drive, and everything. Dude, I was just gonna ask you.
All that's going to be on there, on the recording.
Whoa.
Whatever you said.
Sorry. I muted it. I was gonna ask you. You said that cooked juice. I don't know if anybody else has asked this in the group. How do I do this? Is that available in the group? I mean, or is cooked juice like store bought?
You mean lemon?
Or not? Yeah, lemon.
That's fine.
Like,
Is it pure lemon?
All right, cool.
It's,
It says it. The only thing I was worried about, dude, is the last time I bought this lemon juice from somewhere else, it's pasteurized lemon juice, whatever. It said on the back it was made in Peru. Okay, and then it said at the very bottom it said contains sulfites.
hey.
Okay. Yeah, and then this one I bought. You look at it, I don't know if you can see it. It says it does not contain sulfite. It doesn't say sulfites, but never mind. Never mind, dude. I just think you're cool as hell, and I'm sitting there making me some distilled water.
Awesome.
And I'd like you to make more videos on how to do the ozonated thing you do with the tank.
Oh, okay.
If you do, yeah, and I'll maybe post a link on how you can get the Ozonator, because that's really cool. It seems like it's getting really cool out there. I hear about a couple other people talking about it.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not doing the master fast right now, but I'm planning on it. But yeah, I just like you to talk about the Ozonator, and then, like I said, I was going to ask you about this cooked lemon juice, because you keep screaming cooked lemon juice, and if you can get this for $1, you ain't gonna bottle of lemons. Anyway,
we pay up to $1 per lemon here.
I know, right? Yeah. So anyway, I just think y'all are cool as hell, man. So I'm gonna turn off the video, but yeah, y'all just keep doing it up, man.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I keep going. You know me, man.
All right.
Nothing's gonna stop.
I know, right? Man, me and you go way back, dude. I was back there when you had like 800, 900 members. You kept screaming to me, "You need to just do the master pass." I'm like, dude, man, just just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's the best thing in the world. It is. It's awesome. So you don't have to ask no questions. You don't have to tell no lies. It just is what it is, and you just keep on going.
Exactly, Matthew. Like, I don't really
That's
care.
it.
We're
I
showing,
know, right?
we're showing that there's nothing else that comes close to what we're doing. Nothing out there. A lot of us have been around in all the other groups, and I've been around for a lot longer than all the groups. But there's nothing I ever seen that's doing what people are going through on Master Fast, meaning transformation and metamorphosis. Like look at it, just every week or every day sometimes people are posting little miracles. It just keeps blowing me away. Keeps blowing me away.
It's cool, man. You ain't gotta explain it. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just live it up and just keep going like you're going, and you be straight. I was uploading my videos that I shared with y'all off my cell phone to the internet so I could actually save them because I wanted to keep them because it is so true what you're doing. All the rope worms, everything. I didn't have anywhere else to go. I had to put them on something, so I put them online on the SkyDrive just to save them, so I wouldn't. Because it's proof. You understand that? It's proof. It is. All the pictures, everything that everybody else posts, like, they're like, well, let me post a little bit of this, a little bit of that, keep them all, save them all, because that is your personal experience that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So you can't share with family members because they think you're crazy.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So I just put them online, just put them on my SkyDrive or my OneDrive, whatever you call it, and then that's it. So, but anyway, man, I'll let you go and just keep doing it up. I'm sure there's somebody else that has something to share.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if anybody was speaking because our speaker was off, but anyway.
No, it's cool. It's cool, man. Just keep going. You straight?
Yeah. So about the lemon, I didn't bring that out at the beginning stages because people thought I was whacked out with the cooked juice. You were there right from the beginning, I believe, Matthew. Just when we started the page, we knew each other before we started the Master Fast page. A few years ago, we go back quite a few. But anyway,
man. I was there, dude. I was there whenever I met you. All I did, dude, it was pray for the truth.
Yeah.
Well, my hair's messed up right now. Anyway, I prayed for the truth. All I did, that's all. I don't know where whoever's God is God or whatever. Anyway, that's what I did, and I got Dr. Morris from Dan the Man, and then you started talking to me, and then everything started clicking. It's like, man, golly, dude. It's like, then it's like, dang, everything I always imagined was coming to me, and then so it's like, well, just I did the little Master Fast thing, right? And I got a little few rope worms, but then whenever I did the mass, what do you call it? What do you call it?
Master Cleanse?
Not Master. Yeah, I did the Master Cleanse, and I got a few of them out. But then when I did your stuff, I got tons every day, all day. And I was like, God, am I supposed to post this? Seriously? Am I supposed to post these photos and stuff? And but yeah, I mean, like I said, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to keep trying to tell these people over and over again, well, you need to do this, do that. No, it's all in the pudding. So anyway,
Exactly.
yeah, you don't have to, and that's why I was asking you about this. What is this? I'm on the phone here. Just cooked grape juice. You said you can put this in the grape juice, so we don't have to spend $3 a bag for cooking 2 pounds of lemons.
Yeah.
Just put this it's already cooked grape juice. Ain't nobody posted this on the site yet. So am I the first?
No, there's other people started using it when I introduced it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just checking, dude, because I don't, because I know how you are about, asking the same old questions. But okay. All right, dude.
No big deal. I was
right.
going through when I introduced the Master Fast with the cooked grape juice. I got a lot of hack, if you remember. Every single day, over and over and over and over and over and over. So in order to make it sound a little easier on especially the raw food people, I said we need to use raw lemons. The cooked lemons, I just introduced it not too long ago, a few months ago, because I wanted to get people getting into results, and I didn't want to get bashed left, right, and center because there's no understanding in plasma science of what's happening when you cook things. There's the lack of understanding because nobody's been taught. And not that I have all the answers, but I know it works. I know it works. So yeah, so I used to, we used to write, put the raw lemon so it wakes up the grape juice. It sounded really good, so that's what I had, the way I started introducing it. And then once I was ready to tell everybody, get rid of the raw lemon, you can go with cooked lemon. I opened the bag completely up and really shattered the raw food world to show that raw is not law anymore. Completely false. Completely false. When you're eating, folks, eat raw. We are in a very potent cleanse on Master Fast. And you ain't going to accomplish what we're accomplishing with raw juice. This is why we are seeing what we're seeing evolve with Master Fast. It's liquid Drano for real. For real. We had people saying, oh, well, somebody's got to try it with the raw Concord grape juice. It's already been done, folks, by me and by many others. And Gabrielis, who was one of the first coming on our page as well. A lot of you know his story. In the parachute accident, paralyzed right side. He, for 2 years in the fall, was buying bushels of Concord grape juice to juice and to fast on. And he told me the story. He's got no power. No power. And all that work of going to buy it, juicing it, cleaning up the juicer. Oh, man. Just go to the store, buy a bottle of juice, you're done. Buy it by the case. They do it in so much easier. So when people are, keep saying, oh, still got to try raw versus cooked, go for it. We don't need you on our page. There's other raw juice pages out there. We know it. We have no doubt. We have no doubt. You cannot even measure the cooked versus the raw. It's an infinite strength, a field strength that we can't measure. And when it's on a plasmatic level, you're interacting with that plasma. And it's an individual thing on how you interact with plasma. So it could be stronger for you one day than it is another day, depending on your intent and your emotion as you're drinking that plasma. This is what Master Fast is, folks. It has nothing to do with the matter state, which is very difficult and a challenge for some people to comprehend. The Master Fast is the information that came through me to share through my intent and emotion. That's all Master Fast is. The physical things are just the physical things. They are not what's doing the work. Cheers. Plasma don't work on the matter level. It works on the soul level. And when you're working on the soul level, any problems that are there in the emotion, because that's where everything starts, will be manifested in the physicality. So that's what we're working on, to change this. That's why the cooked is irrelevant. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you're working on the emotion to change the physicality. And, whether we're doing a grape juice or whether we're doing it with CO2 gangs field we're breathing in, or whether we're tuning it with CH3 or CuO or coils, plasmatic coils, it's irrelevant. It's the intended emotion is what master fast is. So for those of you, it may be another wake-up call what I'm talking about. I've talked about a little bit about this before, but intent and emotion is creation. Everything starts with that thought. Intent and emotion creates the matter. That's as simple as I can put it. And each thing in matter, whether it's a living thing or whether it's a non-living thing, a rock, a plant, an animal, an insect, a fish, a human, whatever, they all have souls. And each soul is an individual within the main plasma, one creation. We are all within, just like our individual blood cells make up our body of the whole, but each one is individual. And each one has its own fingerprint, and each one has its own personality, believe it or not. Each blood cell. This is how plasma works. So when you look at all these different plasmas, they're all unique and all unique fingerprints. Like there's no two stars alike in the universe. They all have a unique field strength. Just think of a field strength as a unique fingerprint. That's the easiest way that we can comprehend it. You know, if we put numbers to it, there's no numbers in the universe, but there's no numbers, but the number of creation is 432. If you look at, for example, this mouse has a field strength of 500. And this pen has a field strength of 590, 1.2. And this piece of paper has a field strength of 800 because it's made of tree. It's probably stronger than plastic, which is from, you know, oil. So, you know, this is your unique plasma strength, and our bodies have a field strength, and each organ has its own field strength, and so on and so forth. So this is why we are seeing what we're seeing. It's all because of intent and emotion, and you're just putting ourselves through a process. But we don't use any of the terminology that the big pharma uses, because we don't do anything that resembles or is even close to what they're doing.
Hey, Gino.
Yeah.
I got a question, dude. Whenever you get done with the Ozonator videos, I was wondering if you could maybe make a video on showing how, you know, you said you have 3 different kinds of plasma that you can create with the copper, the zinc, the other one. And maybe you could show an example of what they do to plants or something like that. Maybe.
What's her name?
I mean, go.
Kaylee.
Something like that. That'd be cool. Do what now? It's already been done. I know you told me that there's tons of freaking videos on plasma, but just for an example, to show these people what happens when you keep talking about the plasma that you create and stuff like that. Would that be cool or no? I mean, whatever.
Well, you got to understand, you know, I'm one guy here running a page with 8,000 people. I'm doing it a school 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I also have private clients. I'm only a one-man show. If you guys are all waiting for me to do everything, I'm sharing the knowledge so everybody starts experimenting.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, man. If you don't want to do it, it's cool. I could do it.
I could only do so much.
Okay. Well, so if I was to do the with the carbon rod where you used to take off the welds, that's what you said. You use the carbon rod to take off the welds. You use that one, and without having to take a freaking Panasonic battery apart. You use that, and then do you use plastic buckets?
Yeah, plastic.
Plastic buckets, and
Yeah,
then
because
you
the
use
plastic
seawater.
the plastic has hydrogen in it. That's part of the process.
Okay, and then you said you can use copper, you can do zinc, and you can do, what was the other one?
There's infinite
There's three
amount.
different kinds.
Is infinite as amount of
Yeah.
GANs, the same as the stars. It's infinite. You can make GANs from anything.
Okay, what?
The main ones that we
Okay,
use
just
are copper oxide, zinc oxide, CO2, CH3. What's the other ones?
are those for different frequencies of healing, love, and what else?
Yeah, the zinc is mostly for emotion.
Okay.
CO2 is some for emotion as well, a little bit, because you're using your zinc to collect it, and also for energy, and many other things. It's a very important. If you look at the amino acid structure, we call it Cohen. I've posted this before. Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. We cannot have any life forms on planet Earth without that amino acid structure. Impossibility. And when people say you have to avoid sugar, I just laugh. I just laugh, because you can't have any life forms without sugar. It's carbon. So the Cohen amino acid structure is how life is created on this planet, through the field interaction from the sun, our atmosphere, and the planet Earth. With those field interactions.
Yeah. Okay, well, just can you tell me? It's like three of them. There's love. There was one for healing, and there was one for something else. I was just wanting to know if you could interact on all three of those, and the three.
We mostly use those four: the zinc, carbon, CO2, CH3, and CuO, which is copper oxide. We usually use all four together, and the only one we don't use if somebody has cancer is CH3, because it's for energy. And sometimes it could feed the tumor to grow. So that's the only one that people need to avoid if they have cancer. But we use all the other ones. And then you can get into the iodine that works on the soul directly. We what's the other one that we're there's just so many, but those four there that I've discussed are the main ones. So if you want to make a cup of life, you get 4 little bottles, one of CH3, one of CuO, one of zinc oxide, one of CO2, and you fill them up with the ganses, and you put them around the glass with some tape or something, one on each side, and then you fill it up with your glass up with some water, and you take a teaspoon 3 times a day as like a medicine. Some people are drinking it. I don't drink water, so I would use it as medicine. And you get all the energy converted from those ganses into the water. And if another thing you can do is you can put with the ganses around your glass, you can put like an orange on top, and then the energy of the orange will the information will go into the water. And when you drink that water, you'll get the sensations of eating the orange, smelling the orange, tasting the orange, and it's being satiated just like you ate the orange. This is plasma science. You can put an apple, you can put a banana, you can put a durian, you can put whatever you want. And then you take the energy from that fruit. So the key thing is that we're using a semi-matter state of ganses, but we can actually do it without any matter state at all, because we are made of a gans. We're in a semi-matter state. We're not in a pure matter state. We've been duped, and we have a star formation within our head, which is the pituitary, pineal, hypothalamus, and thalamus, and the soul is in the center. There's actually a small empty spot in the brain where the soul resides in the physicality. So we can access the power and the field strength to manifest and create or have space flight, which we do every night in our sleep, with no matter. And so if we want to eat durian, we have to just find a certain field strength through our intent and emotion, and we can experience that. An example is, if I grab a lemon, or I can discuss eating a lemon, and you know, how, I don't know if you ever heard of hypnotists doing this kind of stuff, and then you get that sensation of the lemon. This is what we're talking about. This is plasma, you know. If I would grab a lemon now and I would do this, and you'd see my face reaction, you'd feel that sensation because you're feeling the field strength of that lemon. There's no difference. So we first started off using the matter state things, grape juice, we use the pudding and stuff, and so on and so forth. But as the years go by, training ourselves that less is more. Continue dry fasting, making it part of your life. Continue cleaning ourselves out with master fast several times a year. Long ones, mini ones, whatever suits you. The long ones are the ones that are going to really train you subconsciously over time. It's not going to happen over one. It may take 5, 10 master fasts, longer ones, before you get it. That's why I'm saying 7 to 9 years. So once this starts happening, we will be, over the months and years, be actually reducing our food consumption. And we're seeing it from everybody who's done the long master fast. Some people have huge challenges going back to food. They don't feel good. They don't feel right because they're eating the amounts they did before the fast. And the body does not want that. It's overstressing the body. And they still do it. And then they go to the wrong foods, and then they're blaming the fast. So this is where you have to really understand. We went through a metamorphosis, folks, when we go through a long fast. If you're not ready to do a metamorphosis in your life, start with shorter ones. But if you want, if you're in your deathbed and you want to live, these short ones may not want to help you, because we're talking about serious cases. To change the whole physicality with the emotion, there's a process. There's a process, and it takes time. You know, for some people, it will happen quicker than others. But in general, we give ourselves a 7 to 9 year journey, which is a lifetime commitment, and focus on that. And as we, you know, continually train ourselves, we make mistakes, we eat too much, whatever, even if it's the right food. We get up again, we reset ourselves in our weekly dry fast, and we do it again. And many times we'll be banging our head, maybe for a few years, till one day, oh my goodness gracious, I don't need to eat now, I'm not hungry. And you skip a meal. You skip a meal. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I don't know how else to convey the message, but it's going to be different for everybody. We see some people going off 108 days, stable as a rock. We have Linda, we have Fran from us, stable. They're able to, you know, ground themselves and be stable perfectly. I'm not there. I was there one time years ago. I'm not there now. I'm at a different, whatever you want to call it. It's a different time in my life, different purposes, different emotions, different intents, and it doesn't matter, you know. But you know, once you hit that point where you're gonna know, and you're not gonna beat yourself up anymore. Beating ourselves up is part of the process, but we have to be careful. We have to be careful, especially after a long fast. We don't want to really get into those grains or the potatoes and stuff like that. The blue dairy, forget it, because they are going to do some pretty good damage sticking in there in that nice, fresh, beautiful GI tract, like glue, like super glue. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. So, you know, pick the better choices, you know, steamed, cooked foods, greens and stuff like that, asparagus, spinach, whatever. Make some raw soups, blend them up, warm them up. There's so many choices we can have. Durian, you know, not right after the fast, but it's, I was talking about that before. It's up there on fat. It's not a high fat, but it's got fat. And if you're okay with digesting it, I can digest durian, but I can't have it all the time like I used to. I went crazy on durian years ago. I've eaten at least 500-600 since the year 2000 when I found out about them. 500-600.
Dude, I got my mic on. Sorry, dude. I was wondering if you can come back. Yeah, I was wondering if you could actually make a video on how to make an ozonator.
How to make one?
Yeah, how to make one, and then shit.
I've never built an ozonator.
Yeah.
I've never built.
Well, you said that you bought one off eBay, or somebody bought one off eBay, and I was outside because the wind was blowing. Hold on. How do you the ozonator machines? You said you had a freaking tank that you connected to an ozonator to make it? Because all I've been hearing about is all these people talking about, well, you know, I got ozonators that I got off eBay and this and that. No. What is the deal with that? You said you can clean your vegetables with it?
Yeah, you got to get a half decent one. There's very cheap ozonators on the market. You know, the one that we have on our website, it's an okay ozonator. It's about $100. I bought one just to check it out to make sure.
But you said you had to. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off. But you said you had to modify it. Modify it. What does that mean?
No, listen. I've had a SOTA ozonator machine for many, many years. About a good 8 years or so, longer. The SOTA ozonator is a water ozonator machine, a unit. It's a small little unit, and it has a hose coming out. Put it in your water, put it on for 5 up to 1 hour. It's got a timer on it. And it just ozonates with ambient air. Now, if you want to use ozone for medical reasons, you need to use oxygen, and you need to feed your ozonator oxygen, pure oxygen. So you either get an oxygen pump, the ones what do they call them? Oxygen producers they use for people on oxygen. So it's like a machine. It's a compressor, and it makes pure oxygen from the air. Or you get a medical grade tank with oxygen. What I did is I went to a welder supply and I got a oxygen tank from a welder supply, because I'm not injecting any ozone into my blood. So the purity of the welding supply oxygen is very pure, because it has to be for welding. Otherwise, if there's contaminants, you're not going to get good welds. So I'm using that. And what I use that for is body bags. But I don't do these things like this is from years ago. But for people...
Well, dude, I was just trying to see if that was, because I thought that was awesome. Whatever you was talking about, that was awesome. And I thought you could share that with everyone. How you do it and how you do it. And because you said you clean vegetables with it, you clean...
I made a video on it.
Yeah, that's cool. So I was just saying, maybe one day, if you felt like it, you can make a video on that.
Yeah,
I know like crap on this video.
I already have a video on showing me ozonating some vegetables, I believe, or some fruit. Didn't I do it? I think I have one.
Yeah, it's a very
yeah, but I need to know how you modify your ozonator machine.
You don't need to modify for fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables, you don't.
So all you got to do is buy one off eBay and just buy one and hook up a tube to an oxygen tank and do it yourself.
No.
God, well, that's what it seemed like.
It's for using ozone for medical things, for like, doing body bags, or, put it insulation in the ears and stuff like that. Or, All
right, well, that's where I'm confused. I don't know exactly how. You said you modify. You said you got an ozonating machine, and then you said that you hooked up like an oxygen tank that they use for scuba diving or something, and then you hook that up, and then you pump that stuff into your vegetables. Yeah, into your vegetables, and you clean them. How the hell do you do that? Please tell me. I got to get off this video, man. But yeah, I'm just telling you, man. That is cool. Everything you do is so cool. Everything you do, everything you say. I mean, I'm sorry that you have to tell these people over and over again how to do the same thing. But I'm trying to ask you a couple of things that you can show these people. Yeah.
Listen, if you buy a half decent ozone generator machine, The corona discharge comes with a tube. That's all you need to clean your fruits and vegetables. Nothing else. You fill up your sink with water, put your fruits and vegetables in there, put the hose, turn it on for 30 minutes. It cleans them. You can taste the difference. For example, when I buy grapes, I don't buy organic grapes. And I cannot eat them unless I ozonate them. The taste is night and day. I can't eat them because of the taste of the chemicals. Once I've ozonated them, there's no problem. Because ozone goes through cell structure. It cleans right to the cellular level. That's why you can do a body bag with it, and it goes into the body as well. So for fruits and vegetables, you don't need to modify. The one we have on our website, that's good enough for that. Now that one there, it comes with a dryer, so it produces more ozone. And if you want to do medical stuff with it, you can, because it's got an inlet where you can put the oxygen going into it. It's simple stuff.
Yeah, but forget about the medical. We don't need to do that.
No, we're doing all the other stuff. And you can also do it with GANs. You can, fill up your sink with fruits and vegetables and water, and you get a little jar with GANs, seal it, throw it in the water and leave it there, for half an hour. The GANs does the same thing, if not more, because of the energy of the plasma. So there's so many uses for all these things. And it's pretty much unlimited, and it's only your mind will give you a limit. There's you can feed it to your plants, you can give it to animals, you can put it for yourself. You can spray it on the walls, on your windows, on your floors, on your beds. You can put it in your washing machine. You can all kinds of stuff, all kinds. We tested ripening a pineapple. It ripens it beautiful with the CO2 GANs. Up here we never get ripe pineapples. You put a pineapple beside some CO2 GANs, in a few days it gets ripe. Beautiful.
And then why you said that you could just pour the GANs on the seeds and it would turn back to GMO.
Yeah, if you soak them in the GANs water, yeah. You plant them there.
That's what I was saying. Basically, you could show maybe a video of what happens when you pour your GANs water on the plants.
Do your experiments. What do you want me to?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to promote you. It's cool. I'm just saying.
There's lots of people.
You have a little garden right outside your place. Just show it. It's not that big a deal. If you don't want to, it's cool. I'm just saying.
There's so many people.
It was just a thought.
There's so many people around the world using GANs and using experiments. There's people in Australia who are farmers, and they have greenhouses, and they've been doing many experiments with GANs. Is night and day difference. Night and day, a proper, correct, with what do you call it, control, and then the treatment of the GANs. Night and day difference in the growth, and then after cutting the shelf life. Night and day. And that.
Well, I thought it would be cool because you actually went on your YouTube and posted when you were doing your greens and your sprouts.
That's from many years ago when I was using Ocean.
I know. I'm just saying. It was just a thought. It came to my mind. I was like, dude, look. I was just gonna ask you to do that. Maybe you could do that with the GANs. No. Yes. No. Okay. Fine. Fuck.
He doesn't grow sprouts anymore.
I stopped growing sprouts years ago, man.
I know, but I mean, can you imagine what would happen if you did that?
I'll tell you one thing about plasma. Once you introduce plasma into the home, everything starts getting energized in the home. Now, for me to do an experiment on my home, it wouldn't be a good experiment. I can tell you right now, because the plasma starts spreading everywhere. And you can't have a proper control. To do a proper control, you have to have the same seeds, same water, and 2 different places growing the exact same way. That's to do a proper control, because when you start putting things close to each other, the plasma starts introducing itself to the other control subjects. So my house now has had plasma for a couple of years, been spraying it all over the place. I can't do a proper control in my home. I can't do it. Somebody who knew can do it. Like Kaylee, she's been introducing it into her home now. Now, if she wants to do a control study, it ain't going to happen.
But she can tell the difference.
Yeah, but she sees the difference because she's been growing sprouts for years. She knows the weight and everything that she gets. She knows the difference and the shelf life and so on and so forth and the way they look. When you've been doing something for years and then you introduce something else and you got a big change, you know. So, this is where everybody's looking for me to do it. I'm not here to do all these experiments on myself and on my plants and on my own. You guys, I'm giving you all this information. So you guys go out and run with it, man. Run with it. And there's so many things. Where am I going to start?
Okay.
I got to
all right, dude.
When I figure out how to stop
No.
sleeping, I'll start doing something.
Well, I'll do it. I'll buy me some plastic buckets. I'll buy me from what do you call them? The carbon rods that you do not take the wood off with. And you said you hook them up to a little battery.
I have a video on it.
1.5. I know. All right, cool. But anyway, it's cool. I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried.
I feel bad for you, dude, because you keep telling these people the same old thing over and over again. And I was trying to add.
We get new people coming in all the time, and we're going to get that happening over and over. And that's okay. We've had probably as many people leave the group as we have in the group, in and out, wasting time, and that's okay. That's where they're at.
Well, I just thought of something. Can you, freaking air conditioner's on. Can you tell me what is the difference if you take a plant that needs this or that or the other? You said there's one for healing, one for something else and something else. If you feed them the GANs material from copper, zinc, and something else, is that the ones that you need to feed different people for different healing properties?
Yeah, for different healing, we're mainly using the zinc, the CO2, the CH3 if there's no cancer, and the copper oxide. Those are the main ones. And also, I forgot, there's the calcium. Calcium's another important one. In cancer cases, calcium. And we can make calcium. A good way to make calcium GANs is with what do you call that? Cuttlefish, that bone, that white bone, that's shaped like that. The cuttlefish.
I don't know.
Or is it? It's a type of squid, a cuttlefish. It's got that white bone thing. They use for bird cages for their sharpening their beaks. I think it's cuttlefish. That's a good way to make calcium GANs. That's another one we use. And, there was the cancer workshop by the Kesh Foundation for the last couple of weeks, the week before and the week before that. They went into some details of the studies they were doing, and Dr. Rodriguez has been processing people with these GANs materials, just the water in tubes. And he processed a woman with severe breast cancer, and all the cancer is completely irradiated. This is just through using fields, no changing diet, no nothing. The cancer completely eradicated from her body. The breast that was humongous with the tumor, and it all shrank and all hardened up. So now, they're still working on that, but there's absolutely no cancer anymore. Any more questions?
Anybody has a question? Alice is here today.
We got a quiet night. It's, like I said, the energy this month has been really strange, but we keep going. We keep going because the information needs to go out there for the people who want it. The people that will never do it will always have an excuse.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No.
You straight. Don't worry about it. Everything is cool. Everything you say, everything you do is all awesome. It doesn't matter if you're talking about plasma, if it doesn't matter if you're talking about healing, it doesn't matter, whatever. It's all straight. Because I actually resonated with you finally. It took me like, whenever I was like, dude, I was talking to you, and then like, only like 900 members, and I was like, what the hell? What is this? What is this? But then I finally took acceptance of whatever I actually. Never mind. It's all good.
How many days did you do on the Master Fast? The first one. You did 2 of them now, or 1?
I did 50.
50. Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I live with people that do not have any intellect about veganism or cleaning or anything. And but I was doing both. Man. I was doing the Grape. What you said, dude. I was like, man. I just like, where is it? God just like, dude, it's okay, it's fine. And finally, he let me accept it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. So I did it. And so I got the grape juice, I got the lemons, and I was doing great. You seen the post that I posted with the rope worms coming out. It's like, what the? Anyway, so, and then I'm straight, man. I feel great. I mean, I could do like you're saying. I ate a little fish. No, and I can't tell nobody because all the vegan friends, if I have any vegan friends, they're like, man, you're a piece of junk, because you can't eat fish. But I don't have no problems no more. And then, but I feel so good all the time just because of you. And just this, it doesn't matter whether what I'm on, all these people talking about, well, you're on this certain path, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm just straight, man. Thank you so much. That's all I can do is thank you so much. Yeah, man. I'm chilling, and I don't have no more parasites. So, I mean, I maybe have, but I'm going to do it again. Yes, I am. And then I may do 108 days, but I'm not making no promises right now. But yeah, man. And you sitting there chilling with the chick that does the colon hydrotherapy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wouldn't have it no other way, man. You got it going on. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Yes, sir. All right, dude. I got to go, man. But yeah, you have a great weekend. And I understand how the hell you talk to these people all the time and tell them the same shit. And that's why you had to post it over and over again. But yeah, man, thank you, Gino, thank you. All right.
Well, what we're showing,
and that's the only reason I was asking you this over and over again about the freaking the ozone machine. Ozonator, whatever, because I've seen other videos coming up about the ozone machine and how you make it, and how you do it, and how you can clean vegetables, and how you can do this, and how you can do that, and all this stuff. And it's like, God. Anyway, yeah, man, just do it up. Just show. I was just saying, make a video on how did you alternate your ozonator machine? How did you what was the other thing I wanted to? How do you make? Well, you need to show your speakers. The speakers that you got from the dude that made them speakers. You said it was one of a kind.
Oh, my friend.
Yeah, man, just show that out and show your speakers and show. Yeah, man. All right, dude. I gotta go, man.
All right.
You got it going on. All right, dude.
Take it easy.
All right.
Bye, Matthew.
Have a good one.
Good job.
Yeah, so where were we? Yeah, Matthew's been right from the start. When I was in Italy, he was asking me all kinds of stuff in Italy. So that was when we were less than 200 people. He was there right from the start, Matthew. But interesting. It's come a long way. Everybody's very skeptical at the beginning, which is funny. Any more questions? No? Well, what do we got? We're almost an hour and a half. I forgot what I was talking about. But we can call it a close if nobody has any more questions. We got Jeffrey online. I don't think you've been on. Was he ever online, Jeffrey? You got anything to say, Jeffrey? Any questions?
Thank you for the videos.
Okay, awesome.
I'm just taking us all in. I think you're awesome, Gino. Thanks, you too, Ray.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jeffrey. We're good?
Yeah, we can call it a night if nobody has any questions. Just keep it a short night. We want to plan out doing maybe a protocol video, a proper protocol video.
Yeah, next.
You know, so it's showing people exactly, try and remove the few that just don't understand what the protocol involves by reading. And, you know, some people are more visual, and that's okay. I'm more of a visual guy as well, more of a feeling visual guy than I am through reading. As you can tell through my writing, it's not great. I'm feeling things when I'm writing. I'm not thinking. I work a little differently than most, but it's we're all different and unique. Everybody has their talents and, you know, different creativities, which is all good. Otherwise, life would be boring if we're all the same. So let's call it a night then. So we thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next week if everything goes well.
Thank you, Gino. Thank you, Rana.
Thank you, fellas. Ciao.
You guys.
All right. Ciao, ciao, guys.